Doesn't this beat Zoom? For us, it does. We're really happy to be here and thankful to everybody who puts this together. The sound is fantastic. We sat all the way in the back and could hear every word, so that's great. Jerry and I performed together. If you came here from 1,000 miles away to hear his sultry baritone voice, you're not going to get to, unfortunately, and I'm sorry. He's recovering from a vocal cord injury, so I get to do all the singing this evening. Yay that. Our first song is actually, all of our songs are co-writes. The first song came together interesting. We both were writing a very similar song. I tend to be a little more motivated when it comes to getting it done. So this song is called I Call Him Home. And I do want to thank Jerry for making such a perfect love song about himself with me. He's the sweetest sound, a key in the door. He's the sunlight that spills across the bedroom floor, the steadfast drip in the kitchen sink. When I'm thirsty, he is the water I drink. He's a hand-stitched quilt that comforts the night. He's a dimmer switch that sets the mood just right. The soft, warm towel my hands will gently fold. All the pages on my bookshelf, every story I know. And I call him home, where I lay my head. His heart is my lullaby, his body my bed, my north, south, east, and west, and the place where I come to rest at the end of the day. I call him home. He's the color of spring in the flower bed, letter on the counter that longs to be read, the chair that rocks the porch on a breezy autumn day. He's the song in my guitar whenever I play. Home is wherever we are together. When I'm lost, home's the beacon that shines from Land's End. And home is a shelter, home is a promise, home is my lover and my friend. And I call him home, where I lay my head. His heart is my lullaby, his body my bed, my north, south, east, and west, and the place where I come to rest at the end of the day. I call him home. He's where I lay my head. His heart is my lullaby, his body my bed, my north, south, east, and west, and the place where I come to rest at the end of the day. I call him home. Thank you. So this next song that we're going to sing for you was inspired by I believe it was 2004 HBO documentary called Last Letters Home. It's called Shoebox. I'll give Jerry a minute to tune. Isn't this better than Zoom? How many of you watched Zoom performances throughout this? Yeah, this is so much more fun to be in front of real life people, so thank you. the shoebox from the drawer and poured your memories on the floor. It's your birthday and I'm missing you today. In this photo you were two. Here's a turkey hand you drew. Oh, look at you in your kindergarten play. Here with your bike at 8 or 9. That was maybe the first time that you rode all by yourself to Bobby's yard. And as you rode away, all I could think to say was, please be safe. You're carrying my heart. I want my boy back. He took away my heart. And I will go on, but I don't think that I can forgive a world that took my little boy away from me and returned him in a box fit for a man. Here's my first day as your mother, just a girl like any other, when you became more than the world to me. With each inch drawn on your wall and every photo in our hall, it wasn't hard to see the man that you would be. Here you are, not too much older, all dressed up like a soldier, just a boy out in a world all torn apart. Like so many other boys, just old enough to make that choice, you left home with your duffel and my heart. I want my boy back. You took away my heart. And that world you tried to save turned out to be a world that took your spirit and your youth and your life and left me this damn box of memories. I picked myself up off your floor and put the box back in the drawer. It's your birthday, how I'm missing you today. Thanks. So we do have one more song. We don't want to leave you hanging there after such an amazing evening. I do want to thank all the people that performed before us, and again, how nice is it to see live performances again? Amazing. So this last song is it's a waltz that we wrote, and typically we would invite you up to dance during this song, but maybe that's not a good idea. And in the spirit of folk festival in general, typically you would end the evening with a sing-along. So you might not get it on the first time around, but you will hear a trend here, and I hope you do join in and sing along. This one is called My Favorite Day. My grandmother told me when she was a girl, life was much different than now. She'd tend to the garden and gather the eggs. Her best friend was Lucy the cow. She remembered the sound of the rooster at dawn. She remembered the smell of the hay in the barn. And she remembered a walk on a bright sunny day, the day she fell in love with a boy. She'd say he was a boy and I was a girl, and I still remember the way I felt inside when he held my hand. That was my my favorite day. Before she met Grandpa, before they had kids, before the Vietnam War, she worked as a nurse and sang Sundays at church, bought her eggs and her milk at the store. She remembered awaiting his knock at her door. She remembered the blue gingham dress that she wore, and she remembered a walk on a bright sunny day, the day she fell in love with a boy. She'd say he was a boy, I was a girl, and I still remember the way I felt inside when he held my hand. That was my favorite day. Miles of milestones, scrapbooks and songs, memories too many to tell, most long forgotten or hard to recall, but never the day that she fell in love with a boy when she was a girl. She always remembered the way she felt inside when he held her hand. That was her favorite day. She'd say he was a boy, I was a girl, and I still remember the way I felt inside when he held my hand. That was my favorite day. That was my favorite day. Nice. Good job. Thank you so much.